We have yet another transgender shooter, this time in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, at an ice skating rink. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about yet another mass shooting carried out by a transgender person, a guy by the name of Robert, aka Roberta Dorgan. This time in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, at an ice hockey rink during the game. Now, Robert shot a total of 5 people. 3 are critically injured. May they get well soon. 2 are deceased, including his ex-wife and his own son. May they rest in peace. Prayers out to the family. Now, after he did all this, after he got tackled by the authorities or whoever was there, Robert iced himself. So that's 3 total dead and 3 who are very, very badly injured. Now, this is really unfortunate, but it has become a pattern. I don't think anyone is surprised when they hear about a shooting done by a transgender person. Nobody's surprised. And it's not even about being homophobic, any kind of phobic. It's not even about that. It's about the obvious mental issues that people like this have. And it's not just Robert, it's all these guys from all over the country. It's the same thing. Mental health problems causes them to crash out this way. It don't matter if they get surgery, if they get implants, if they get hormones. It's not going to fix the mental problem that they have. Now, before I get into anything, let's check out this video of the building right when the shooting happened. There's no sound here, but you can see right when the whole thing took place, you're going to see an arrow pop up, and that'll be the general area where the gunshots rang out, okay? You can see the panic right there in the skating rink. Now, there's a different video of the hockey players on the rink while it happened, but I can't play that right here on this because it'll probably get flagged. But you can see what's going on. I'll place that whole thing in the description. Now, let's keep on going. This is going to be a clip from Fox News. You can already see Robert right there. And again, I will link to this video and everything else in the description box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
From his social media profiles, they say he also went by Roberta, so Roberta Dorgan, and sources tell Fox he was dressed in women's clothing when he showed up to his son's hockey game yesterday afternoon. These pictures you're looking at are from months ago, Bill, but witnesses and people we've talked to who were at this hockey game say that this was something that happened pretty often where he would show up in women's clothing. So according to documents obtained by our affiliate WPRI, Dorgan had a history of family disputes. So let's get into them. Some involving conflict over his gender identity because he had gender reassignment surgery back in 2020. So WPRI reports that in these court documents, his trans identity led to the divorce with his ex-wife, reportedly detailing, she said, that he had narcissistic and personality disorder traits along with the transition. So his social media profile's under investigation. I want to point this out. Just one day before he opened fire, he was defending trans Congresswoman Sarah McBride. He wrote this in part on X: "Keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk." So they're looking into all of these.
Let's pause right there. Let's read this. Now, we all know this is a guy by the name of Tim McBride. I forget what his new name is, but that is a man, okay, who identifies now as a woman. And you can see right up under Alex Jones's remark, it says so creepy. Right up under that, you have Robert, who says, "STFU, Alex. Don't be so butthurt over somebody different, then wonder why trans people go effing berserk." And then one day later, what does he do? Go berserk. Now, be clear. I'm not trying to say this is Alex Jones' fault or anybody else's fault. I'm just saying people have mental problems and that causes them to go berserk. And one of the identifying factors of a mental health issue is, in my humble opinion, being transgender.
Say it was a targeted attack. That's one thing they know for sure. Sources telling Fox it was a dispute within this family that led to the tragedy. So the gunman shows up, kills his ex-wife and one of his own kids at the hockey game. Police say 3 others are in the hospital fighting for their lives. And there really could have been more people that were killed, but a good Samaritan stepped in and tried to take this gunman down. Watch.
Police were on scene within a minute and a half of that call. A good Samaritan stepped in and interjected in this scene, and that's probably what led to a swift end of this tragic event.
And so what we know right now is that the mayor has said so far, Bill, they've interviewed dozens, maybe more than 100 people. They're going to look at all the different video and piece this together. The question is, how many weapons did this gunman have? We know at least one, and it could have been a lot worse if this other person at the game wouldn't have stepped in and taken that shooter down. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I read, I'm not quite sure if it's true, but one thing I read is when he got tackled by the Good Samaritan, that's when he had another gun, or it might have been the same gun, I'm not sure. But he had a weapon, and he was able to produce it and then do himself. That's what I read, okay? Now, there's more here. I just want to show you some of these pictures. Now, I don't know if you can see it, depending upon what kind of device you're using, if you're on the big screen, if you're on your phone or whatever. But this is Robert, and you see his tattoo right there? That's the Nazi SS tattoo, okay? So, pretty interesting. I don't know if he's been in jail, if he had an experience in jail. I don't know what's going on, or prison. But obviously something ain't right. You see him right here in this red dress, okay, with the Nazi tattoo. So they're gonna say, oh, he was a far right person. Well, I mean, maybe he could have identified like that, but obviously the main thing that caused him to do this is the transgender ideology. I mean, he even said it himself. You wonder why trans people go berserk. He said it himself. His own family knew it. He knew it. Everybody knows it. So it shouldn't be a thing about him being so-called conservative. He's crazy. That's the ultimate thing here. Now, this is more of him. You can see kind of what's going on. There's that right there. Keep bashing us. We're going to go berserk, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And then he says, Gaysians are more likely to commit crime, post that. And then he says, yeah, okay, whatever. Nice try, white male Christians kill more people than somebody's boyfriend, girlfriend. Doesn't matter. He's responding to all the things they're saying the same thing that I'm saying about trans people having problems. And of course, he wants to try to defend himself, but then he goes out there and proves everybody right. Now, this is going to be news out there from Boston, Massachusetts, not far away from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Check it out.
Family reuniting and embracing after the traumatic experience inside of the Dennis M. Lynch Arena. Police say a gunman shot 5, killing 2 before turning the gun on himself.
My father was a shooter.
What happened?
He shot my family, and he's dead now.
This woman leaving the police station, speaking with reporters, saying her father was the one who opened fire inside of the hockey rink.
He has mental health issues.
Any idea why he would have done this?
He's sick. He's very sick.
Players, their families, and spectators bust from the scene to the Pawtucket Police Department to be interviewed by detectives. Parents with flowers as it was senior night for Blackstone Valley.
Everybody started jumping over the bench, and it was pretty scary.
We heard the gunshots, but we didn't know what the noise was at first. After probably 4 shots, we just saw everybody hitting the ground.
Silas Core was on the bench for Coventry High School, his mother in the stands at the time.
We barricaded the locker room with our bodies. We were all pressing up against it, and everybody was, worried about our parents and everybody.
I actually got back in there to try to find out where he was, and I saw them doing CPR in the stands, and it was really disturbing.
Many leaving here tonight just wondering why.
He's just very sick. If you have a loved one who you think is sick, trust your gut.
Now, the 3 others who are wounded here are in critical condition. Pawtucket Police, the chief telling us that they do have officers here, detectives here as well, but they have not yet interviewed any of those other victims, which also speaks to the condition that they're in right now, fighting for their lives. Live here in Providence tonight, I'm Peter Leopoulos, WCVB News Center 5. Ed, to you.
All right, there we go. So that's what's going on. And again, RIP to all those who died, except for the shooter. Prayers out to the families and to those who are injured critically in the hospital still. And you get well soon, make a full and speedy recovery. Now, as I close, I want to say this. This is predictable. As I said before, nobody's surprised when you see something like this. Actually, when you see something like this, you're like, okay, what happened? Who was the shooter? Okay, we got a trans person. Like, what's going on? Oh, there it is, trans person. Right when I saw this break, they didn't say who did it. It was just, a shooting happened at an ice hockey rink. I'm like, okay, what's going on? It's mostly white, Rhode Island. It ain't no gang stuff, I don't think. Okay, a disgruntled teen coming to do something. I didn't think it'd be an adult transgender person, but here we are. When you're young and you're going through this, you can have issues. When you're older and going through this, you can have issues. I don't care about anybody being gay or what their particular lifestyle is. You got an alternative lifestyle, okay, that's your business, because people do things behind closed doors or even out in the open that I don't agree with. That's not my business. The problem is with mentally ill people, it doesn't matter how that mental illness manifests, whether it's somebody being transgender or any kind of odd behavior that signifies something wrong with you. That should be focused on rather than us trying to just play along with it, think it's normal, act like ain't nothing going on, acting like the person is not ill when they are. Rather than doing that, we should get the person some help or at least treat them as if they are dangerous, because clearly you got ticking time bombs all over this country who are just like Robert. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this mass shooting out there in Pawtucket, Rhode Island? Do you think this was predictable due to Robert being mentally ill, showing up to the games like that? His social media presence saying this is why trans people go berserk. Everything, in my humble opinion, was a red flag about this guy. I don't know what could have been done to prevent this. Him coming to the game should have been seen as a threat. Dressed like that is like back in the day, remember Columbine, where you had people with the black trench coats? It's kind of like that. It's like impending doom. They're telling you by their body language, how they behave, how they talk, how they act. They're telling you that they're dangerous. And there are a bunch of more guys just like that all over the nation. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I mean, this was predictable. It's really unfortunate. My heart goes out to the family, his family that he ruined. My heart goes out to them, not to him, but to them and to those who were injured and those who were traumatized by events like this. And again, I don't know what could be done to prevent it, but you must treat people like this as if they are a threat, because if you don't, it may come back to haunt you. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.